Peace to the guys, peace to the goddesses. So we are at Restaurant Depot, and for the past maybe about 5 to 7 years, I've been spending a lot of money at this store. But I spend way less money now than I did last year and the years before. And this is a part of how I have been saving conscious plates / still am. Let me show you how. Y'all, this is how my cart used to look. This is not my cart. Y'all know I don't get the Pepsi, but this is how it used to look. And then we got this guy over here talking stuff per usual. We get him all on camera. Episode 1. How I am saving conscious plates. As a lot of y'all know, beginning of this year, we started out, I always tell people, my life started out in hell in 2025, January. And it's so funny because I told myself in December, 2025 is gonna be the year of my life where I'm not leaving nothing on the table. Little did I know, around the corner was some of the biggest obstacles. And I've been faced with a lot of obstacles these past 7 years of this journey. So when I realized the restaurant could close, I really wasn't right away like, let me figure out how to keep it open. I really didn't know if I wanted to keep it open because, as some people may know, especially if you got a restaurant, the restaurant industry is brutal. It's a lot of work, physical work, mental work, emotional work, creative work. It's just a lot, you know. And I have been sacrificing my life for this. I have worked 7 days a week sometimes for months, 12, 14-hour days. A lot of physical labor. My body has broken down at different points in this journey. My mental has been overwhelmed. My emotions have been overwhelmed. So when it got to a point of like potential closing or the business is about to fail, I was almost ready to throw the towel in. I ain't gonna hold you. Something about just the people around me, the community, didn't let that happen. Whether it was people stepping up and just encouraging me not to give up, or financially contributing, or customers just showing up to the restaurant. A lot of people, the community really kept Conscious Place going. So I started to plan, okay, what do I need to do to keep the business open? Some of the first things I started to do was balance out how much money we were bringing in and how much money was going out. And as an entrepreneur, a lot of times we're not taught finances, we're not taught money management, we're not taught profit and loss, we're not taught margin, we're not taught just all of the business side of running a creative business or artistic business or a culinary business. So that was my first step. I knew I was spending more, so I said, how can I decrease my expenses? I lowered our payroll as far as like staff. And not that I let people go, I really just got more creative with our hours. At one point in time, we used to have people coming into the restaurant prepping at 5 in the morning. Now we come in at 11 when we open. So less hours, that's just one example of less hours. Also, inventory was a big expense. It still is, but it was like, okay, where can I reduce our expenses with inventory? What don't we need? So everything we did need, I stopped getting. The next thing I did was I modified the menu. I took one of the biggest expenses and also the pain points in our operation in getting food out on time off of the menu. Fried foods. Everybody saw that post, or most of everybody saw that post, and and so many people resonated with it. I thought I was gonna have to fight and like defend the decision, but everybody like resonated with it. And I felt that way because the fried foods was our top seller. It was where we was making the most money. But it was like, I wasn't resonating with it. I wasn't connecting with making fried food every day and having to smell that and having to take that in, and also just serving fried food so much, whether it's alkaline, mushrooms, chickpea flour, etc. It's still fried food. You know what I'm saying? And it's still not healthy, especially when you eating it consistently. So we took that off the menu, but little did I know how much less we was gonna end up buying. We wasn't buying the oil that we was having to spend almost $200 every 2 days on. We wasn't having to buy as many oyster mushrooms anymore. We wasn't having to buy as much chickpea flour anymore. We wasn't using our seasonings as much anymore, so it lasts more. We took tomatoes off the menu. We took bell peppers off the menu. A box of tomatoes, $50. So, that every twice a week. That's $400 a month just on tomatoes. You know what I'm saying? So we reduced our cost a lot. That gave me more wiggle room. The other thing we did was we just leaned more into being intentional with our menu and making sure we telling the story of that more, which was making people connect with our mission and our intention even more. We didn't get a whole bunch of customers. We didn't get a whole bunch of followers and none of that. But one by one, it just was a lot of resonance with the intention that we was putting out. And then the other thing that I have done, package products. So I started to prepare myself to launch a sister company, Conscious Foods. And what I did was I purchased a tortilla machine. So if you've come into the restaurant, you know I basically have been making all of the dough related things since we've opened. So that's the tortillas, the pizzas, when we did the egg rolls. I always making the hundreds of tortillas every week. I've been the person that's made the tortillas. There's only so many tortillas that I can make. Not just for the restaurant, but also for people that was buying the packaged tortillas, coming in asking, can I get a pack of tortillas, I couldn't really keep up with it. So I purchased the tortilla machine because it prints out 2,000 tortillas per hour. Yeah. Those are some of the ways that I have saved Conscious Plates. Not to mention, I've had to make sure that I'm mentally and physically and emotionally capable, that I have the capacity. Not to mention, I've had to grow in being a better leader. Not to mention, I've had to grow in just being a better business owner, with the numbers, with the business relationships, with just being more strategic, negotiating things more, whether that's with our suppliers, with our just all of the different business relationships that we have. And yeah, that is how Conscious Place is still here. The next step is the sister company. So stay tuned for that, and we're gonna continue to tell this story.